Hello. We're early today. I see. See, I was prepping. I, w- I was prepping. I knew y'all was gonna be late, so I showed up early. Okay, I knew it. It was in my. I felt it in my spirit. Okay, I felt it in my spirit. I said, they gonna be late. They always late. They stay late. They run late. We late. It's in our DNA. Lateness is greatness. I guess that should be our new phrase. Lateness is greatness. We got a lot to talk about today. We didn't finish that story about the 63-year-old and that 18-year-old that passed and his concubine, I guess. I really want to open the window, but it distracts me. So I'm kind of glad that the window's closed. I'm going to just let y'all filter in. Come on in. Ignore my hair. Finish my coffee. Don't worry, I also got water. I came prepared today. I was so thirsty yesterday. I could not wait to get out of that live video. I couldn't wait to get out of that live video. I was so thirsty, y'all. I love y'all, but I was parched. I was parched, but we started early today. Okay. We took a poll yesterday. People want to start the show early. The rest of y'all said no. A lot of y'all are at work. I understand, I understand. Okay. Top of the hour, not Negro stuff. Smash the like buttons everywhere. You like the show, we're here. I'm trying to deliver you the news and the tea ethically. Smash the like buttons. So top of the hour, right? We got the website going. We have NosyBystanders.com. We're at NosyBystanders.com. Ignore the fur. We're at NosyBystanders.com. We have a website. We have merch. Buy the merch. You guys are doing great. The merch is selling. Buy the merch. For our ads, right? We run ads here on the Nosy Bystanders live show. Submit your request on the website. I'm trying to get everything together. Okay. I'm trying to get everything together. So submit your request on the website. No, the days are over where you have to DM me and pray to God that I read them. Those days are over. As also, Simone has arrived. If you don't know who Simone is, she's our socialite of the Nosy Bystander. So shout out to Simone. Hello and welcome. So we have a website. Submit your ads to the website. I even put up a page. I don't know how I did it. I just stayed up all night doing it. Consider sponsoring the show. Sponsors here on the Nosy Bystanders also get access to exclusive merch, which is merch that is not for sale, but only selected for sponsors. So consider that. You'll get the shit that I wear. You get the stuff that I wear. Hello, TikTok Tarot. Thank you very much. So we got the website up. We have the merch up. You guys are buying the merch like crazy. We appreciate you here at the Nosy Bystanders. It's what keeps the page alive. It's what keeps the nosiness going. It pays the attorneys, okay? Because you got to have attorneys with the shit that I be dropping. You got to. Gotta have an attorney with stuff I be dropping. Child. Woo child. Let's see who's in the building. We got Auntie Grace in the building. TikTok Tarot 88. Thank you again. Thank you for sharing the live as well and smashing the like buttons everywhere. We have the Journey, Early Childhood. We have Tasha, Binky, Cassandra. Let's see who we have over here on the Leam app. All the usual players. I'm a little early, so I know the late people like to show up late. Thank you, Miss Hippie. And thank you, Tad. Who do we have over here on the Leam app? The Leam app is the app that we use for our co-host. So if you ever feel as though the comment section is just not enough for you to just air your motherfucking grievances, download the Leam app. Okay, it's in the App Store. It's spelled Leam. It's very simple. Download the Leam app. We throw you on here as a co-host, and we just let you air your 2 cents. Sometimes you got 2 cents. Sometimes you have 4. What's up, Tree Dollar? How you doing? So we have Victoria, Red, Ari, Kay, Rich Homie Trina, that's what we call her over here. We got Bree, Rob, the Lioness Queen, Shay, Shauna, Solitude, Courtney, Rob. Hello, Rob. Random guy. Hello, Rob. And everyone else. Oh, too. Shout out to my uncle. Shout out to my uncle. I don't even know if you're watching. Shout out to my uncle for holding it down with him and his conspiracy theories. Well, see, the app is called Leam, Leam. One word, Leam, like lemur, but without the er. Leam. What's up, Yvette? So if you already saw the caption, we're talking about a couple of things, right? I wanted to get, we did talk about it on the after show, that 63-year-old pastor who married his 18-year-old, I guess, member of the church, honey. The story is crazy. It was brought to us by the Associated Press, so we know it's real. Associated Press ain't gonna lie about no crap like that. Chow, come on. Listen, we got a hand up. We ain't even started yet. Let me just hear from Bree, and we're gonna get into the story. Hello, Bree. I guess we don't hear from Bree. That's okay. That's okay. There we are. Hello, Bree. Well, I guess we just can't hear from her. Okay, that's fine. So you haven't missed anything. Show just started. One, check out the NosyBystanders.com. That's our website. Buy our merch. It helps sustain the show. Okay. Consider sponsoring the show for exclusive merch. Thank you for being a Nosy Bystander. So I want to get into the first story, but I see some hands are going up. I got co-host trying to jump in. Let's hear from the co-host before we even get started, and then we're gonna talk about this new series that I'm dropping tonight. So let me see whose hand is up. Hold on. Let's just hear from Shauna really quick, and then see what she has to say, and then we're gonna get into the story. You have not missed anything. If you just arrived, hello, welcome to the Nosy Bystanders Live. Miss Brenda's with you.
How you doing?
I don't see her. What's up, Shauna? Did you have anything you want to say before we begin?
Oh, that nasty old man. That nasty old man staring at that 14-year-old child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. The congregation needs to take him out back and have like a stern conversation with him. Men folk only. Ladies can come afterwards to beat his ass down. It's just nasty.
It is.
He was staring at her since she was 14.
Well, we haven't gotten into the show yet, so I'm not even going to go over the details. But yes, it's as bad as you say it is, Shauna. It's as bad as you say it is. So I just wanted to hear from you before we begin the show. Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about right before we begin?
Girl, everything's hot. Okay. Like, you bring these stories to us, and we're always like, what?
I know.
Like the Jakes, allegedly, not allegedly, some things true, some things confirmed, some things like what the who did. Yeah, like, you just keep bringing us stuff like it's just this unending like kerfuffle of fuckery.
I know. That's right. It's just a whole lot of mess. Shauna, thank you so much. Thanks for just being a nosy bystander and just giving us your unfiltered 2 cents. Thank you for giving your unfiltered 2 cents. We appreciate Shauna. No, this is the show, you guys. I started the show a little bit early, 5 minutes early. Don't burn down the bridge. I started the show 5 minutes early, so you haven't missed anything. We haven't talked about anything yet. It's crazy. Okay, it's crazy. All right. So top of the hour, let's talk about this 63-year-old man. So I'm gonna pull up the article here. Give me a second, y'all. Y'all know I wasn't preparing for this because I didn't forget. Let me pull up the article, and we're gonna just go through it, okay? And then I'm gonna get some of your comments, okay? So don't don't think I don't see them, okay? Yes, I see you guys saying the voicemail, baby. Yes, the voicemail. Yes, I know the voicemail is crazy. It is. But shout out to the Nosy Bystanders on the back end working and who gave me permission to even produce the voicemail for you guys. So it was a long process. So shout out to all the people who work on the back end who are really trying to get this story out. So yes, shout out to them. Okay. Shout out to them indeed. Hold on one second. I'm pull up this article. And we can talk about that Cora voicemail in a minute. Let's talk about this trifling pastor. Okay. Allegedly. Let's talk about him allegedly. Okay. Yes, NosyBystanders. That's right. The NosyBystanders who brought us that story, and who are just working tirelessly to get the truth out, right? We're only here after the truth. We don't care about nothing else, right? We care about the truth. So this story is brought to you by the Nosy Bystander who originally brought me the story. And I just can't for the life of me remember their name. I'm sorry. So I apologize in advance. So this article is written by the Associated Press. So shout out to Associated Press for even covering the story. And let me just read a little bit of it to you. It says 63-year-old bishop of Christ's Apostolic Temple in Iowa has married his former student, the teenage daughter of one of the ministers, right after her 18th birthday. Bishop Dwight Reed met the girl when she was around 14 years old while he was counseling her parents while they were going through their divorce. The family later joined the church with their daughter at 16, who happens to be named Jordan Goodlet. Became a member of the church. The pastor reportedly told the members that he had eyes on her since she was 14. She's now currently 18. She's also pregnant. So there's that. Right? If you weren't fully aware of what was going on, she's also pregnant. Okay. She's also pregnant. I want to read some of your comments over here on YouTube. This is from Kim P. Bartlett. Kim P. says, the sad thing is that this is not the first time this has happened in the church. Look into other related churches, which is a woman in leadership. I couldn't agree more. What's up, Chanel? This is Rachel. Hey, Rachel. How you doing? This is from Wu. Hey, Wu Chow. Definitely accused of grooming her. Heck yeah. And so, like, technically him marrying her is not illegal, but it could be seen, according to Associated Press, it could be seen as unsavory and unethical. And they also use another term that I liked here. They said unethical and a breach of his fiduciary responsibilities as a pastor. So if you guys don't know, pastors have to go through a school of divinity, and they may have these specific creeds and oaths that they cannot violate. And so granted, they can't get him legally, right? It'd be a bit hard to prove the grooming aspect. They could, but I'm not saying that they can't. But they could go after his pastoral license, what makes him allowed to preach, for a breach of fiduciary responsibilities, if they got the ammo, they should go. Wholeheartedly. If they got the ammo, they should go. What is going on with this one hair? I'm not sure. I don't want to yank it because it might be a gray one. What's up, Brown Delight? Brown Delight says, oh Lord, who are we talking about? We're talking about the 60-year-old pastor Dwight Reed of Iowa who married his 18-year-old church member. This is from Wu Chow. Says I'm going to show your message, Wu Chow. Wu Chow says, according to the granddad, he's saying that the father pimped her out. Now, if you guys don't know, they got married. The mom of this girl did not show up to the wedding, but her father walked her down the aisle. Hello, fearless one. So when did she turn 18? How far along is she? The article does not state that. Now, we could do some digging, probably not right now. We could do some digging into the story and maybe just do a follow-up. How far along is she? And when is her birthday, right? It's crazy. Say what now? Miss Brandy? Yeah, say what now? Say what now? It's just, the story is wild. It's probably one of the crazier stories that I've ever heard. I want to finish reading a little bit more of the article. According to Associated Press, Reed reportedly returned to take over as pastor of this church, Christ's Apostolic Temple, and I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly, as the dean of the school in 2017. The girl would have been 15 or 16 years old at the time. It is through his role as a pastor / dean / counselor that he allegedly gained inroad to Jordan and began grooming her to later be brought out into the service and control. It says Bishop, this is according to Associated Press, Bishop was allegedly accused of an unethical relationship with a girl in Shreveport, Louisiana, where he previously pastored. He had been married 3 times prior, and Jordan happens to be his 4th wife. Apostolic. I hope I'm saying that right. Although the marriage is legal, the breach of ethics and a breach of fiduciary responsibility are not. And that's what they're trying to go after. So it's being alleged that the mom and other members of the church are trying to go after him for a breach of ethics and fiduciary responsibilities to his parishioners. or right, the people who patronize his church. Concerned members of the church and citizens of Iowa have started a petition on change.org, which I signed and I highly recommend you sign, asking the Des Moines, Iowa District Attorney's Office and the police department to open an investigation into Dwight Reed's alleged improprieties. I don't know. Yes, honey. How old were the other wives? Child, who knows? Who knows how old his other wives were? I imagine the first one is probably the oldest, right? Second, the third, I don't know. That's just like, ooh, it just doesn't seem like a good. It doesn't seem like a good balancing act he's doing right here. And he's so brazen with it too, right? He just comes right out the gate like, boom, she's 18 and she's my wife. Now, Pastor Dwight. Now, Pastor Dwight, what's really going on? What's really going on, Pastor Dwight? What's going on? Okay, you just gonna throw her out there. You don't even try to hide her. I have no idea how many kids he has. I don't even know if he has kids. I don't know anything about this man because I've not investigated it because it's just a story. But we might have to do a little bit of digging into him, right? Like, where is he from? Apparently, he's from Shreveport, Louisiana. He's been married 3 times prior. And does he have children? So those are like really pressing questions. So I'd be more interested in figuring out where he's from. What's up, Mrs. Walsh or Mrs. Wash? This is from Brenda says, there's no way he waited until she turned 18. Right? Come on, Brenda. You and I and us. I'm trying to add up these nosy bystanders. Us total 600 nosy bystanders don't believe that either. This from Socialite Simone. Socialite Simone says, it reminds me of that song Stimulated by Tyga that he wrote about Kylie. Yeah, that's right. He groomed Kylie too, but child. This is from Courtney Johnson. Courtney says, I don't understand how he can call himself a man of God and then do this to a child. It's sick and it's truly disgusting. Courtney, couldn't agree with you more. Could not agree with you anymore. Let's see what they're saying over here on the Nosy Bystanders. Someone says, what's the situation today, child? This pastor. That's the situation today. That is the situation every day. That is the literal situation every day. Am I a Virgo? No. I mean, what's happening? Like, it's like somehow I have been engulfed in church, church scandal, baby snatching scandals. Y'all, what's going on? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? What is happening? Child. This comment comes from Herbal Pressed. Says Marcus Houston married a young girl. He claimed he met her when she was 16. Hid her until the wedding day. Marcus Houston hid her till the wedding day, honey. Hid her till the wedding day. Like, okay. Church folks is running wild. Woo child. Church folks running wild. I see your comment here. This is from Mary Loving Jones. Mary Loving Jones says, reminds me of the movie Color Purple. These old folks, yuck, men. Yeah, correct. I'm about to backslide. The church house crazy. Child, crazy. Were her parents married? Yes, her parents were married. Her parents went to the church because the pastor Dwight counseled them through their divorce, in and out of their divorce. So yes, they end up getting divorced anyway, but the young girl's husband, the 63-year-old pastor, was the counselor to her parents through their divorce. Hello, LaToya, how you doing? You said he sure did. That's right. This is from Ratchet Church Spokesman. Wow, girl. Wild as hell. Is it the church folks or are we just like the normal ones, right? The ones who just don't go to church every day and practice our own set of spirituality. Are we the normal ones? You know, is that so? This is from 716 Rose says, this pastor is in my hometown, married a 20-year-old and he was 50. He's also a councilman. Hey, Key Love. Wow. What a degenerate. Maybe it's that. Maybe I know one of y'all. I know one of y'all in here practices astrology. So come to the front. Come to the front, you Astro girls. What retrograde is this? And hello, Nina. How are you? What retrograde is this? And does this have something to do with all this mess? Is that what's is that what's going on? Tell me. We need to know. We need to know. I be seeing y'all all over Witch Talk and Astro Talk. We need to know. This is from Natalie. Says, Steph, I forgot to mention this last night. Didn't know if I knew, but Kel, she's referring to a story we discussed about Kel Mitchell and his ex-wife basically airing out their marriage. So I'm going to read you guys, while the Astro girls come to the front, I'm going to read you this comment from Natalie. So Natalie Council says, Steph, I forgot to mention this last night. Didn't know if you knew this, but Kel Mitchell from the Nickelodeon show Kenan and Kel wore a whole wig in some of the episodes on season 5 of the Parkers as a gay friend. I didn't know that. I didn't even know he was on the Parkers, which one of my favorite shows. I love the Parkers. Oh, wow. Insane. Nick responded, did he? Okay, so well, we're live on the show. Do you guys mind if I have 2 seconds to Google Nick Cannon's response and read it to you? I want to read his response. Since we're live, do it, right? Here we go. Okay, this article comes out of the publication Complex. Complex is it's a magazine and it's a digital media website. Okay, check out complex.com. Okay, so I found the article. Let's read it together. You said she's bitter? She's on TikTok. Okay, so before I get into Nick Cannon's response, for anybody who wasn't on the show yesterday, let me just catch you up to speed. So Kel Mitchell's ex-wife, I don't know her name. She is on TikTok and she's a very active user on TikTok. So Kel Mitchell from the Nickelodeon show Kenan and Kel, his ex-wife has been basically coming out with her story as to how unusual and crazy her marriage was to Kel Mitchell. Okay, so that's the premise. In a viral TikTok video, Kel Mitchell's ex-wife stated that sometime around their divorce or sometime around an allegation of cheating on Kel Mitchell's behalf, she came home and Nick Cannon was actually in her home wearing her old cheerleading outfit and basically trying to cheer Kel Mitchell up by pretending to be her, slandering her basically in her own house and in her own clothes. So that's the gist of this story. And she released that story yesterday on TikTok. She live now. I just left. Oh, she is live. Okay. So Kel's ex-wife. Yeah, I don't know what her girl stop. Yo, I'm just trying to report the story. I don't know what her name is, but can you repeat? I froze. Okay, yes, Chris. So this article by complex.com is Nick Cannon's response to a viral video that occurred on TikTok yesterday. So let me set up the premise. Kel Mitchell's ex-wife is alleging that Nick Cannon was dressed in her old cheerleading uniform in her residency in an attempt to cheer up his friend Kel Mitchell after an argument, cheating allegations, whatever. So basically, Nick Cannon comes to his house, dresses up in her old cheerleading uniform, and is basically berating her in her home in her clothes. Okay, that's it. That's the story. I don't know much else of it, so if you know the rest, catch me up to speed. Send it to us at Stephanie at NosyBystanders.com. That's my email. Okay, so here's Nick Cannon's response. Okay, now that we're all caught up. Nick Cannon has issued a response to, here's her name. Is it Taisha? Taisha Hampton, after the actress claimed he once walked Nick Cannon has issued a response to Taisha Hampton after the actress claimed she once walked in on the Wild 'N Out host donning her full cheerleading uniform in her bedroom in order to cheer up her then husband Kel Mitchell after he allegedly cheated on her. Hampton made the claim in a TikTok video, which was captioned, "You can definitely be blinded by love." I'm reading you the caption of the video. Remembering when I came home, Nick Cannon wearing my full cheerleader uniform, doing cheers on the bed for my ex-husband, Kel Mitchell, to cheer him up because he cheated on me. Okay, so that's the claim. Nick Cannon says, yep, we probably, this is from Nick Cannon. So Nick Cannon stated that, hold on, you guys. Okay, so Nick Cannon, Nick Cannon wrote this. This is what he wrote. So Baller Alert posted the story, and Nick Cannon wrote a comment. So we're reading a comment. He didn't actually put out a formal statement. I'm sorry, I had to catch up. Nick Cannon wrote, "Yep, we probably had a big ear of corn, a bunch of orange soda, and a couple of Kids' Choice Awards up our asses too." And Nick Cannon wrote this on the Baller Alert's Instagram page after the outlet reshared the video. Kel and Nick Cannon have always had a very close relationship. And later bringing it to the All-Stars into the daytime talk show so he could give him his flowers. So Nick Cannon basically said, yeah, sure, it sure did happen. Now, I'm not a PR, right? I'm not into public relations, so I don't know what to tell celebrities when it comes to hearing negative things about them and how to respond. But based off of Nick Cannon's response, I believe this woman. And let me explain why. He could have easily just wrote it off, right? Let people believe what they want to believe, right? But Nick Cannon took his time. Listen, follow along. Nick, are you following? Nick Cannon took the time out of his day and his million kid army, okay, to find a Baller Alert Instagram post and wrote, and I quote, "Yep, we probably had a big ear of corn, a bunch of orange soda, and a couple of Kids' Choice Awards up our asses too." That none of that was necessary. You could have just let the internet just think what they wanted to think. So you took the time out of your day with your million child army to go to a social media post on Instagram of all social media posts, right? Because everyone knows Instagram is a dead horse. Social media post by Baller Alert, shout out to Baller Alert, to write that. That was not necessary. This is from King Dude 20, said she was detailed too, referring to Taisha Hampton, Kel Mitchell's ex-wife. I never watched her response. I never watched any of her live videos or her detailing it, but I can agree with you. I believe her, because when people start falling out of the sky to defend themselves over some nonsense, quote unquote, there's got to be an air of truth in it. And even if Nick Cannon was donning her old cheerleader uniform to cheer up his friend, who cares? Was it disrespectful? Yes. Was it disrespectful to be standing on her bed? Yes. Was it disrespectful to go through her closet and wear her stuff? Yes. Very disrespectful. But if the ends justified the means, then it's understandable. My friend was down and out, and I was trying to cheer him up. I was a kid. I didn't know any better. I was just trying to cheer up my friend. The end. You know what I mean? The end. I was like, he could have easily came out and said, "I didn't know that he was cheating on you. He just told me he was down in the dump." He could have literally said anything. He could have literally said anything and we would have believed him. Okay. And we would have totally believed him. All you had to do is just say, "I was defending my friend because he's my friend," or "I was trying to cheer my friend up." Come on, Nick Cannon. You got too many kids to be thinking about what Baller Alert's posting. You got no shade to having a lot of kids, okay? That's no shade to nobody. There's no shade in having a lot of kids, okay? It's just that, like, you got better things to do. You know what I mean? This is from, is it Luggy Superfly? "Hey, campaign or not, these men are iffy." Okay, I'm not entirely sure what that statement means, but we'll ride with it, okay? We'll wrap with that statement. Let me go over here on YouTube. What y'all got to say? This is from Star Cooper. What's up, Star? Star says it definitely sounds like something he would do. He was really corny and goofy back then. That's what I'm saying. I didn't when she even released the story and I saw the little snippet. I didn't even find anything offensive in it except that you were standing on her bed, which just we know how it is in the Black community. You just don't stand on Black people's bed. You don't even go into Black people's bedrooms. Is it me? Or is that like something we grew up with? Like, you couldn't even sit on your mama's bed with your outside clothes on. Imagine standing on your mama's bed. Or is it just me? Okay. So in the Black community, it's a sign of disrespect. It is, because it's where we lay our heads. So if you disrupt where we lay our heads, it's a sign of disrespect. If you're white or if you're from another subset of cultures and you don't understand that, it's a sign of disrespect to stand on someone's bed. Okay. So it's just because where we lay our head is where you're the most vulnerable. So Black people really protect their most vulnerable places, and Black people protect their beds. That's why buying your own bed in the Black community is like a triumph. Listen, you guys have to understand. Y'all get it because y'all niggas. Okay. Y'all get it. So in the Black community, when you get your first apartment and you buy your first bed by yourself, it's a triumphant thing. We don't know why. It's just like, I bought my first bed, that I got to test the pressures on, see if it was plush, see if it was firm. I got to buy my first set of sheets, my first pillowcases. I don't know why. That's like a rite of passage in Black community. So I could be wrong, but I feel like based on the comments, I'm correct, right? So when I heard him as soon as I read the part standing on her bed, it said disrespect all the way, disrespectful, because that's where we are. It's our first like real purchase, our bed, and then it's our car, right? That's our second. That's how it goes. It's the succession of how Black people buy stuff. We buy our first bed. That's our bed that we bought, that we paid $600, $700, $900 for, that we bought our very expensive Egyptian cotton sheets. Y'all know how y'all be, y'all silk sheets and shit. And then the next thing that you buy that you, are proud of is your first car, right? Not your first used car, like your first new car, no cosigner, yours, whoop-de-whoop, okay? So as soon as I said he was standing on the bed, I said, that's disrespect. And that's why she posted it, because it's disrespectful. The second thing is you're digging through her stuff, right? Women and men alike, your clothes are a symbol of who you are. That's why you don't throw anything away, or that's why you throw everything away and start new. So it's how you represent yourself. So you putting on her clothes and standing on her bed. She talked about it not because I promise you, if I were to interview her and ask her, what did you find more disrespectful? That he was consoling your husband for cheating, or the fact that he was standing on your bed? I guarantee you she would say standing on my bed and wearing my clothes. Okay. So she posted it because in the Black community, it's a sign of disrespect. It wasn't to make Nick Cannon sound weird. It was saying, I remember this level of disrespect occurring to me in my face, in my home, on my bed, in my clothes. So that's how it was, So Nick Cannon responding, doofus move. He should have said nothing. He should have known. You should have known immediately what you did was disrespectful. You should have known it at the time. And if you didn't remember it, you should remember it now. What you did was disrespectful. So, straight up and down, it was disrespectful. And so in the fact that he didn't even recognize that, because I promise you right now, if a nigga walked into Nick Cannon's house and said, or Nick Cannon walked into his house and he saw somebody standing on his bed, he'd find it beyond disrespectful. It's disrespectful. Is she writing a book? As she should. I'm sure she encountered a whole lot of stuff. I'm sure she encountered a whole lot of stuff. I'm sure she did. I'm sure she encountered some weird stuff going on. Not weird like perverted, just weird, that she might want to account in a book. You know what else is strange? The fact that we're halfway through the show and we haven't even had a commercial break. Is there a commercial break? Shout out to Valencia at Super Investors for sponsoring this show and this ad. Shout out to Valencia. I don't know if she still watches this show because she's a busy woman. She's got a lot going on, so she may not watch the show, but we got to shout her out every time because she is our she pays for ad space, so we got to give it up to her. So this ad is brought to you by Valencia at Super Investors. Super Investors is a financial literacy game that promotes and encourages families to interact with their children about finances through fun and play. What is the age at which you think you should instill financial literacy in your children? I always say the age 5. The moment those teeth start falling out and you start sliding them crispy $100 bills, they should probably know how much it is. Right? Stop giving your kids money. They don't know how to count. Stop giving your kids money and they don't know the difference between a $10 bill and a $1 bill. Okay? That's how they spend all their money at the store. Y'all remember penny candy? I remember penny candy. I used to buy it from a Puerto Rican lady on the west side of Cleveland. I don't know why I just thought about that, but I remember penny candy. Well, Super Investors' goal is to bring financial awareness to children, specifically inner city children, and specifically on investing, inheritances, managing their parents' inheritances, businesses, and more. If you want to know more about Super Investors, please check out their website at superinvestors.com. Check out their website at superinvestors.com. I highly encourage you to do so. If you have issues with understanding financial literacy, maybe the game could help you. And if you don't have children, maybe it'd be a good gift for your nieces and nephews. So shout out to Valencia at Super Investors, and shout out to Valencia for being a sponsor on our show. Let's get back into it, okay? Because I'm not done with you, Nick Cannon. I'm not done with you, Nick Cannon. I'm not done with you, Nick Cannon. If you are inquiring about ad space, just go to our website at NosyBystanders.com, and at the top left-hand corner, just click on ads and sponsorships, and it gives you the full breakdown of how to submit a quote for an ad. They're pretty cheap, you guys. Our ads are cheap. I'm not cheap, but the ads are cheap, okay? So please do go to our website at NosyBystanders.com and click on ads and sponsorships in the tab on the left-hand corner, okay? Hello, is it Loretta? What's up, Loretta? What's up? Is it, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but it's MUSBNYC. Hello. Okay. I'm not done with Nick Cannon yet. All right. I'm not done with his ass yet. Listen, he know what he did was disrespectful. He just had to apologize after all these years. It would not have been that hard to just be like, I'm sorry for doing that. I was just trying to cheer my friend up. What I missed. We have been talking. So for anybody who just joined the show now, we just had our commercial break, but we have been talking about 2 different stories. One about the 63-year-old pastor from Iowa who married his 18-year-old church member. And the other one is about Nick Cannon's response to, I'm sorry, I don't want to pronounce her name wrong. Her name is Taisha Hampton, who happened to be the ex-wife of Kel Mitchell from Nickelodeon show Kenan and Kel. And Taisha is alleging that she walked into her home one day and saw Nick Cannon standing on her bed wearing her cheerleading outfit, attempting to cheer up her husband after her husband was confronted about cheating. So that's the story we were discussing. Nick Cannon responded to the story and stated that, let me pull it up. Nick Cannon responded to the story and stated that, yep, we probably had a big ear of corn, a bunch of orange soda, and a couple of Kids' Choice Awards up our asses. That was Nick Cannon's response. His response was posted underneath the Baller Alert post on Instagram after they published the story. Where do you go to order the hoodie? NosyBystanders.com. Crazy. The story is crazy. The story is the story. The story is crazy. Nick Cannon, just apologize to the woman. Okay? Apologize to the woman. Just be respectful. Apologize to the woman. Tell her you disrespected her and her clothes and her bed. Okay? Enough said. I want the hoodie, but I'm broke. Wait till payday. We also have crew necks. I I want to get into the next story that we're going to talk about today. So shout out to the Nosy Bystander. I forget their name. Shout out to the Nosy Bystander who sent me the story. I don't know if y'all caught. I don't know if we need to check in on Ray J, but honey, Ray J is losing it. So Ray J posted an Instagram video where he was getting a thigh tattoo of his sister Brandy, which would not be innocuous enough, except the thigh tattoo looks crazy. Now, I wish I could show you an image of it, but we don't have the capacity or the technology to do so. So I highly encourage you to go look it up. Simply just Google Ray J Brandy tattoo. That's it. Okay. I'll do you a world of wonders. The thigh tattoo, the thigh tattoo is something else. And so if you look at the imagery of the thigh tattoo, it's an image of Brandy's face with gang-like graffiti written across her face as though she's got face tattoos. So there's imagery on her forehead, there's imagery on her chin, imagery on her cheeks, and then she has this distorted looking pupils and irises. Check out the thing. Nobody knows what's going on with Ray J. We don't know if him and Brandy are beefing. We don't know, but somebody had speculated that Brandy and Ray J have a really quirky brother and sister dynamic, and they think that Ray J actually lost a bet. So, so if they do, that's dope. That he would follow through, like, if it was a bet, which I'm starting to speculate a little bit. If it was a bet, shout out to Ray J for following through on the bet, because if listen, if you go look at that image, it's funny. We don't know, but Ray J is literally the king of the internet at this point. He can't do no wrong in my books, except maybe finding a babysitter when you're invited to a versus battle. But if he is gearing up to debut this tattoo because him and his sister have this dystopian way of placing bets on each other, shout out to Ray J for that, because that shit is hilarious. Okay. Shout out to Ray J, because that, to me, I just thought it was hilarious. And it's like, you're a man of your word. Like, hey, I lost a bet. What do I have to do since I lost? I have to get this hideous looking tattoo. I'll do it. You understand what I mean? I'll do it. So shout out to Ray J for being a half decent person. And I would never, ever, 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 ever want to play a game of truth or dare with Ray J, because I would lose. And I feel like whatever he had up his sleeve would be the worst. I feel like I'd have to get a face tattoo. And because he seems like the type of person to follow through, you're going to have to get it. So never, ever, 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 if you ever come across Ray J and he ever asks you to play a game of truth or dare, don't play. No, you're going to lose, and he going to figure out how to win, and he going to figure out how to get you to get and do something embarrassing. So don't do it. But shout out to Ray J. We like him here. He can't do no wrong in our book except not find a babysitter. And the tattoo is just it's so ugly, which makes me feel like it was a bet. Does that make sense? It's so ugly, I feel like it was a bet. Now, I know half of y'all, about 100 people from this live stream, have dropped out to go look at the video. So I'm not going to start the next story until they come back. But yes, please go look at the tattoo and come right back. Okay. We old school over here. Ain't nobody gonna be propping nothing up on the screen. It won't be none of that over here. Okay. Won't be none of that over here. Y'all gonna have to go do the legwork yourself. Hold on one second. We have a hand up. Let's hear from Victory on some of our stories. Hello, Victory. I don't know if we might have lost Victory. Hello, Victory. Hey.
Hi.
Hey,
how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. So listen, I wanted to just give a little insight. I was on, what's her name? Tanisha's live the other night.
Oh, Tanisha. Now hold
okay?
on. Yes. So let me just make reference, because I don't want anyone to be like, who's that? Tanisha Hampton is Kel Mitchell's ex-wife. So go ahead. I'm sorry, Victory.
Correct. Really quick. So I just wanted to she made sure that she said that she was not labeling anybody as bisexual, but he did wear her briefs without any underwear. Of course, he was already dressed when she walked in.
Yeah.
But she said when she made him take it off, because she was super pissed because she had to wear it because she was young then. I think she said she was like 18. So she was still cheerleading.
Oh.
And she said when he took it off, she realized he didn't have any underwear on. And she was like, what, like, what the hell are you doing with my briefs on with no underwear? Like, I have to wear that.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that pissed her off. But she said he's the godfather of her child, one of her children or something like that. So they have been close friends for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
okay.
I don't know if you guys remember Orlando Brown. He was on Nickelodeon. I remember he had a lot of mental issues.
He was on the That's So Raven show on Disney.
Right.
Okay.
And we know that he actually reminded me of the black version of Corey Feldman, because, he talked about all the sexual abuse and all of that.
Yes.
He said he made an allegation, allegedly, that Nick, when they were younger, Nick Cannon came into his dressing room or something and gave him oral sex.
No way.
Now, he never backtracked the story. He never took the story back. He just said that he didn't want it because people were then bringing him on their platform. Like, okay, why did you say this about Nick? And he was like, you know what? Me and Nick are in a good place. I'm not trying to mess up his money. He's not trying to mess up mine. Because I think he's on medication or something now. So he's a little bit more stable.
Yeah.
But he never took it back. He just never talked about it again. He said, I'm not going to talk about it. Like, I don't want to talk about it. So, I wanted to touch on that. And, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about her story. She does tell the same story on each interview I've seen. And like, I'm like you now, like if it wasn't true, why would he even have to say anything? Like anything being in the bud. But all these stories are coming out about their alleged poker. And I don't know if you guys had ever watched Kevin Hart's show of House Husbands of Hollywood. But there is allegedly, so the poker night actually is a thing for DL men.
Okay.
They tell their wives that they're, going to poker night, but it's actually like a all male orgy. So it's been allegations about all of them, Nick and blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And so it's just mighty funny that something like this will come out. But she says she's not saying that he's bisexual. She's not.
She's just talking about she's speaking the disrespect of him wearing her outfit.
Right. She said that's it. And the fact that he didn't do much for his godchild, but that's it.
Yeah.
Wow. And the other thing I wanted to ask about, this is a little off the subject, but the Jay-Z, have you heard about the surviving Jay-Z situation?
No, I haven't.
With allegedly, well, I sent you the link. So I sent you the link on Twitter. So maybe it's better if I let you check that out. But allegedly he had sex with Foxy Brown when she was like 15 or 16. And she's come out with some allegations. So allegedly.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
You sent it to my Twitter, which NosyBystanders.
NosyBystanders on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. Well, thank you so much for that. And no, I totally agree with you. There's a lot to dissect when it comes to her story. Again, I have not been able to, what's the word I'm looking for? I just didn't have any time to dig into her story. So that's why I'm just like talking about it kind of like very sparse, but based off Nick Cannon's response, this is my personal opinion, you guys. And I'm sure that's Victory's personal opinion too. You don't have to agree with our opinion. It's just simply our opinions. We're not stating anything as fact. We're simply just giving you our analysis of the situation. So you don't have to feel like you have to defend yourself heavily in the comments. Everyone's opinions count. And we agree with all of you. We agree that she could be lying. We agree that she could be telling the truth. We agree that Nick Cannon is just being sarcastic. We agreed that Nick Cannon is staunchly defending himself for no reason. So everyone's opinions count. That's why there's no moderator. So you don't ever have to worry about us not taking you seriously or having to defend something. You don't got to defend anything over here, honey. All the wild accusations get to run loose over here on the Nosy Bystanders channel. So honey, you ain't got to worry about, none of y'all ain't got to worry about nothing. We believe all of it until we can apply some, the scientific method, figure out the evidence, and then draw our conclusion. But when we're talking about just these live, very sparsely hashed out topics, everyone's opinions count, okay? I don't want anyone to feel as though they got to defend themselves like crazy. You don't got to defend yourselves, honey. Here, we believe all y'all niggas, okay? And thank you very much, Victory. I went ahead and pulled up the article, so I'm going to throw you back into the audience, and we're going to talk about it now, okay? So shout out to Victory. She sent me this article, and it's from NosyHucksLive.com. I don't know why they spelled nosy with an E. It's not. So Nosy Hucks titled this article, Surviving Jay-Z, The Truth Behind Beyonce's $1 Billion Husband, Part 1. Interesting title there, Nosy. Hello, Miko Ellis. Thank you for subscribing. So we're just going to get a little bit into this. We're going to get a little bit into this story because it looks rather interesting. And thank you very much, Victory, for sending us this article. Once I read a little bit of it, we can go into it. Do I just gossip? All the time. But I also investigate stories. So if you're new to this channel, I am the chief nosy bystander here. And yeah, we gossip. That's what we do. But when we're not gossiping, what I do on the back end is that I actually investigate stories to its fullest. So granted, we are nosy over here. We not messy. I don't know why that mustache and hat combo, thank you very much for that, Jade, looks so good on me. Okay, so we're not just nosy over here. We also investigate stories. So if you have a story that you feel like needs to be thoroughly investigated, just send it our way. We have a website, NosyBystanders.com. You can send in your tips and you can send in story ideas, okay? But for everything else that is surface level drama, we simply just talk about it, honey, till we're bored. Okay, so this article, again, is brought to you by Nosy Hucks Live. It says, we all know who Jay-Z is, so I won't bore you with a bunch of facts about his super long-ass career. Who wrote this? This sounds like a text message. We need to get straight to the messy ass tea. No time to waste on a history lesson. I want to discuss the scandal, the Illuminati connection. Oh, here we go. The cheating, the child stuff, and the beatings and the money, etc. All of this. Hold on one second, you guys. I had to screenshot something. Okay. All of this. I'm sorry. No time to waste. And then they stated all of this will take a while to cover, so stay tuned and catch up. They start, so to begin, Jay-Z has a huge appetite for young. We can't read this. I'm not reading that. Okay. I'm not reading that sentence. It's gross. So I'll just skip over that. The rumors about young celebs started circulating a while ago. Maybe some of you didn't catch up with the nosiness, but I did. In part 1, we will be discussing allegations of 2 women, Aaliyah and Foxy Brown. Now, it is alleged that Jay-Z did. That's not conspiracy theory. Jay-Z did have a relationship with Aaliyah. There are tons of pictures of Aaliyah and Jay-Z dating prior to her being engaged to Damon Dash. I think a lot of people forget that, but Aaliyah that was her fiance. She was engaged to Dame Dash of Rockefeller Records. But prior to being engaged to Damon Dash, she was dating Jay-Z. And there's tons of pictures. You can look up pictures, just Google Aaliyah, Jay-Z, and there's tons of pictures of her at family barbecues with him, house parties, like they were together, y'all. Okay, so this person says, well, the video, which I'm not going to play the video because of copyright infringement, but I will read to you what the allegations are. So it says, well, this video was released by Foxy Brown around the time she was 24 years old. So this was a long after the alleged inappropriate relationship. But allegedly, this is when certain celebs started recalling their relationship with Jay-Z, and allegedly Foxy Brown is one of them. This was before social media, and the chatter was quickly silenced. The video was released without any hiccups, and when he allegedly started sleeping with her at the age of 15. I know a lot of you hoes don't like me. Why did they have to include that in the article? Even though you constantly funnel money my way by stalking me, but you still think that I make stuff up. First of all, F all you haters. I'm reading y'all to it straight like it was wrote. But for the people who actually want the tea, here are 2 links showing the alleged hit on the streets of a good while ago. And it says, hold on here. It says Foxy Brown. When I was 15, Jay-Z took my virginity when he was 27. This is from Powerhouse. Ooh, this is right out of her mouth, y'all. Now, ooh, hold on. This is out of Foxy Brown's mouth, okay? Stated that this is just the phrase that she stated. She said y'all, please don't get me banned. Hey, because I have to read it to you how she wrote it. I gotta read it to you how it's wrote it. She said he's hung like a horse. That's what she said, not me. Then she said Jay-Z, when he was 27, took my virginity when I was 15, funded my shopping trips, pampered my hair and nails at the salon when I was still in high school. She also claimed in this interview that Jay-Z hooked up with, allegedly, his ex-roommate who happened to be NBA player Larry Johnson. Claimed that he gave her an STI and claimed these are her claims. She claimed that he's hung like a horse, claimed that he cashed out on her shopping trips, hair, nails done, pampered her while she was still in high school at the age of 15. Also claimed that Jay-Z has a sex tape of her and him and Jamie Foxx, all three of them. Wow. I don't even know what to make of this. I guess, child, I don't even know what to. Two Sagittarius. Do you see me? I don't even know what to make of the Jamie Foxx, honey. Those are her claims. What's up, the auntie? As told by Kayla says, that's old tea. I know it's old, but I never heard of it. Who was Nick's closet? I'm sorry. This is from Nicole Barber says, where was Nick closets at? I don't know. Can you rephrase that question, Nicole Barber? And I promise I'll answer it if you rephrase it because I don't understand what you're asking. No secret about Jamie Foxx. Wow. This is from YNG. I'm sorry. YNG says, heard all of that for years and that he's not that clean too. Oh, wow. Carol Baby says, yep, Wendy and Media Takeout put the story out. I'm remembering the story. Now, it's so funny that we mentioned this because what happened to Media Takeout? Every time we talk about one of these really old stories, Media Takeout always gets sprinkled into that. So is it me or does Media Takeout? We got to investigate Media Takeout, honey. What happened to Media Takeout? What's up, Nadi? What happened? What's up? Y'all, all the late niggas showing up. I see y'all showing up. What's up, Selena? What's up, Diesel? They're not. Their website was updated last in 2019. Thank you very much, Cece, for the crown. Yeah, you guys, I checked the copyrights. I put Media Takeout on the last live. What do you mean you put them on the last live? What do you mean? Let's just check. Okay, so now we're doing a little bit of digging in this. This is going to be a very unorthodox live show. We got to do a little digging. Okay. Media Takeout has a website, you guys, but the website has not been updated since 2019. It's on YouTube. Okay, so let's go to YouTube. Let's look up media. We're looking for Media Takeout. Which one? because they have 2 channels, but they only have 3,000 subscribers. Okay, the last video they posted was 9 months ago. So their website was updated in 2019, and their last video posted on YouTube was in, okay, that's their one page. Let's check the other one. They're not around. I went to both. I went to YouTube, go to Twitter. Okay, let's go to Twitter. Okay, so they have a Twitter page. Let's look at their last tweet. Okay, so they tweeted about an hour ago. Okay, so they have a Twitter page. And they're, okay, so they don't use their website anymore. They just use Twitter. But their Twitter, it looks, their Twitter is dead. Wow. Their Twitter is dead. Website also dead. They've been on Twitter since 2011. Okay, they got another website. Let's check it out. Nope, same website. No, you guys, what? Y'all, I'm telling you, it was Kanye West. It was Kanye West. So let me tell you my theory on media takeout, okay? Let me tell you my theory on media takeout, all right? So I'm a huge Kanye West fan. I don't know if you guys know that. I'm a very, very, very big Kanye West fan. He can't do no wrong in my books. I don't care. Argue with your mama, okay? Argue with your mama. Argue in the comment section. Ain't no moderators. So argue in the comment section on that one, okay? I'm a huge Kanye West fan. He can't do any wrong in my book. Just can't. He produced an album called Life of Pablo. In Life of Pablo, and the song that he has with Kendrick Lamar called No More Parties in LA, he references media takeout. But prior to that song that he referenced media takeout was pumping story, like 10, 20 stories a day, kind of like the Shade Room. Same premise, but they stayed on Kanye West's neck. Okay? They stayed on Kanye West's neck. Okay? Everybody was talking about media takeout. It was media takeout, Shade Room. It was media takeout, World Star. It was just the 3. Okay? They was on his neck. As soon as Life of Pablo comes out, he pumps out. That's the last reference media takeout ever got. And all of a sudden, they are just nowhere to be found. Their website, I'm looking at the copyrights on their website, you guys. It was last updated in 2019. So no one has touched media takeout's website in a good grip. So I think Kanye West essentially got rid of media takeout. I don't know what he did. I don't know if he bought them out. I don't know what he did, but he was like, I'm done with them. He said, I'm done with them. So Kanye West, I think he essentially just like burned them out, because they're not, listen, I promise you, if we were to look at the traffic on their website, they're not getting no traffic on their website. They can't be. They can't be. Some of the stories that they've posted are so old. Some of the stories they posted are so old. And it's just like, they're not what they used to be. They're not what they used to be. It's still up, you guys. I'm not saying that their website, listen, let me correct myself. I'm not stating that Media Takeout's website is down. I am not stating that Media Takeout does not have a Twitter page or an Instagram page. I'm not saying that at all. They exist. They're real. I'm on their website now. I'm on their Twitter page now. What I'm stating is they don't have the momentum that they had in 2019. That is what I'm stating. They don't. If they did have the momentum, then we would talk about them more. We only talk about the media takeout as a yesteryear, World Star type of, Source magazine type of nostalgia. So the people in the comments, you guys, we're not stating the website doesn't exist. We're not stating the Twitter page doesn't exist. We're not stating that they don't have a social media presence. What I'm stating is They don't have the momentum like they used to. And we know that because I used to read and watch Media Takeout all the time, and they would be on Kanye West. And he was so tired of them. When Kanye West had an active present Twitter page, he would talk about Media Takeout all the time, like talking about the stories they were running, because the stories they were running were probably true. And he didn't like it. And he didn't like them in their business. So he was, you guys, Kanye West is exceedingly wealthy. So if he wants to get rid of internet-based blogger, he can do that. He can buy them out. He could pay them out. You know what I mean? He could get other people to, help essentially crash the site and have people reroute their traffic to watch other news sites. He could have people slander them. He could have all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? So did they get sued? I thought they did. Let's look it up. Let's see. She did. In 2016, Kim Kardashian settled a lawsuit with Media Takeout. They did. Tuck her here on TikTok says that Beyonce and the Kardashians got, I believe it's a website called Famulous taken down too. No way. No way. What's up, Queen Logic? How you doing? No way. Yes, you guys. I'm talking about, you guys, I'm talking about the momentum. I'm talking about the momentum of the website. Wow, I didn't know Kim sued them. Wow. Wow. That is insane. That is insane. I had no idea. No wonder. No wonder. No wonder. Dang. I've never heard of Famulous. Why did Beyonce sue them? You said when Tasha was getting, so she never sold the person out. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna read some of your comments. This is from Veronica. Was it Veronica? Veronica said, didn't the owner Fred something get sued? That's a long last name. I'm assuming he's African. No idea. Media Takeout was the go-to for all gossip and drama. They just feel off and the shade room took over. Yet they fell off and the shade room take over. That's from Brown Delight. No, I agree. They did fall off hard. Kanye West is cool with Jason Lee of Hollywood Unlocked. Now, no shade to Hollywood Unlocked. I saw y'all TikTok page. Y'all not doing too hot. y'all need some help. I'm just saying, y'all need some help. You can't get cozy with these celebrities. I keep telling you guys, the reason why a lot of these bloggers will not talk about a lot of these stories is because they don't want to be bloggers. They don't. They do not want to be bloggers, you guys. They want to be the main character. Jason Lee doesn't care about celebrity gossip. Jason Lee cares about being a celebrity. Do you see the difference? Jason Lee cares about being a celebrity. That's why people miss Wendy Williams so much, because Wendy Williams didn't care about being a celebrity. She knew she was going to be rich and fabulous. And she still dragged her friends for filth on her TV show and the radio every day. She didn't care about that. She's like, okay, well, I got money. But bitch, you still cheating on your husband. We're going to talk about that. That's just how Wendy Williams was. She's just like, okay. These people don't want to be bloggers, you guys. No shade to individuals like Lovely T or other bloggers who talk about celebrity gossip. They want to be celebrities. They're desperate to be famous. And they get into fame by this avenue, right? Because talking about celebrity gossip, you never know who's going to reach out to you for a story. And so you slowly get closer and closer and closer to that celebrity. And then you just quit talking about it. And then you just become the celebrity. So no, these people are not bloggers. They care way too much about their image. They care way too much about their, who cares about that? Not me. Y'all see how my hair be looking every day. I don't give a fuck about that. I want the tea, honey. I be wanting the tea. I don't fuck about no fucking money. Fuck about that. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Tell me the truth. That's what I be after, because that should be sensational. That should be sensational, honey. That should be sensational. I love talking about tea and mess and drama, honey. I don't fuck about being no celebrity.
Motion detected at the front door.
There's someone at my front door. No, it's not. It's just the cats. There's cats outside that get in front of my camera. But you understand what I mean? Like they be so busy trying to be the main character and be boring as fuck. How you gonna be the main character with no talent? Hello? Is this thing on? How you gonna try to be the main character? No discernible talent. Like, come on. Come on. People just want to be able to say they have famous friends. Like, oh, I'm Jason Lee and my best friend is Saucy Santana. I don't know. I don't know. But Saucy Santana has talent, right? Whether you like his raps or not, he has talent. He is ushering that into something, right? He's not just a media personality. He's trying to do something, whether you like him or not. I'm just saying he's offering something to the public. Okay. Carisha offering something to the public. But these bloggers trying to become celebrities, honey, cut that out. Because while they're trying to be the celebrity, we're going to try to get to the story. Okay. While they're worried about their image and Botox and lipo and BBLs and, Bottega bags and being best friends with celebrities and Bentleys and all of that stuff and perpetuating this notion of being rich and wealthy and whatever. Fuck that shit. I care about the story. So if you want to get cozy with the celebrities simply because you want to be a celebrity and you don't care about the story, good for you. That is how we keep so much information suppressed, because too many fucking people want to be the main character. And then you got people like us, the nosy bystanders, who have to go digging through the trenches to get to the story because clowns like Jason Lee are too busy trying to be a celebrity. With all the access and knowledge they have to be able to get these stories delivered to people honestly and ethically and truthfully, they're too busy buying Bottega bags. Come on, man. Like, come on. Get with it. Come on. I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay? Just tell us the tea. That's all I'm trying to. I'm just nosy. Tell us the tea, okay? I'm just nosy. Tell us the tea. We don't care that you got a Bottega bag. We don't care that your best friend is Carisha from the City Girls. We don't care. Okay? Tell us how JT got to jail. Tell us how. They think it impresses us that they're taking pictures with Young Miami. Completely negating the fact that Young Miami had to put out an entire album by herself while JT was in jail rapping through a prepaid minutes. That's the story. That's the story. That's the story. And no one wants to talk about it. Everybody just wants to take pictures with Young Miami. What? Don't care about that. Why is her friend rapping from jail? And I love the City Girls. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I love City Girls. I really do. I really listen. That's no shade to JT. We love JT. We love Carisha. I'm just saying, tell us the story. Stop taking pictures with celebrities and calling yourself a celebrity blogger. It is a literal oxymoron. complete walking contradiction. You sound like jumbo shrimp. Okay. At this point, you're start calling them jumbo shrimp because you're starting to sound like an oxymoron. Okay. You cannot take pictures with celebrities and call yourself a celebrity blogger. You cannot call yourself a gossip columnist. You cannot call yourself none of that if your whole goal is to be the main character. Period. Period. Is that how y'all be doing it? Period. Is that how y'all be doing it? Tell me, is that how y'all be doing it? Is that how y'all, period. Okay. So if your whole goal is to be the main character, then you're not a gossip blogger. You're I don't know what you are. There's no definition for you yet. A little more attitude. Period. Okay. Say a little more attitude. Period. She was scamming. Yeah, okay, so she was scamming. But that's what I'm saying, right? We never get the in-depth story because they're so worried about taking the picture with Young Miami. Fame chasers. Wannabes. Main characters. That's the nicest way I can say that. Main characters. Clearly, I'm nosy. What's up, sweet? How you doing? I'm just saying. I'm a cloud chaser. You said you're a cloud chaser. That's what they are. I'm confused. I'm a clout chaser. Tanya Martin said, I'm a clout chaser. That's what they are. I'm confused about this statement. Reread that. Okay, Tanya. Tanya Martin said, you're a clout chaser. But then she corrected it. She says, no, I'm sorry. Not you. They're a clout chaser. That's what they are. We're on YouTube. Oh, our YouTube channel is called the Nosy Bystanders. So I'm on YouTube and TikTok, you guys. So there's about 700 of us in the building. What's up with Cora? Good question. What's up with Cora? Where's she been? The shade room is paid off clear. Yes, Tucker. Yes, they are. They're clout chasers. Wow, I can't read. They're clout chasers. Yes, you're correct. Yes. It's wild. It's wild and ghetto at this point, y'all. It's wild and ghetto. Really tired of it. I just be wanting to hear the story. I don't care about your personal life. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and cap for you. I know y'all don't care about my personal life. That's why y'all don't know nothing about it. Y'all don't care about my personal life. That's why you know nothing about it. And it's hilarious because you shouldn't. Not to say like, oh, I keep myself private because I'm so terrified of my safety. No, I keep myself private because I'm not the main character. You know, the main character is whatever story we're talking about or working on this week. That's right. We nosy. We do not care. We do not care. Y'all are not looking at y'all. You listen, I promise you, you're not looking for a Stephanie Hall Nosy Bystander get ready with me video. I know you're not. I know that. So I'm not going to give it to you because it's not what you want. It's not what you're here for. I'm not going to bother you with go to the beauty salon with me and get my hair done. I'm not going to bother you with what I eat in a day videos. I'm not going to bother you with me hanging out at the park or the public library. I'm not going to do that because that's not what you do that when you are centering yourself. And there's nothing wrong with centering yourself. But when you call yourself, I report the news, but all you deliver is you going shopping on Rodeo Drive or you giving us day in the life videos, then I have to start asking myself, what's the real story? Are you the story? You're the story? Okay, you're the story. Well, I'm not interested in your story, so I'm going to go to another blog who's going to give me a story, not your story. And there's no shade to people who are bloggers who do these day in the life videos. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you start to center yourself around the story, you're no longer a commodity. Okay. So I'm just not trying to sound mean. I'm not sitting here trying to be like, y'all gas me up. Fuck gassing me up. Y'all not interested in what Stephanie Hall does on a day-to-day basis. Okay. I'm not about to sit here and show you how I make oatmeal. That's not interesting. The story's interesting. You can do both. I sure can't. And I won't. Okay. I can't and I won't. We don't know that old dude you was texting. Y'all get out of my business. Okay, get out of my business. This is celebrity gossip. So let's talk about now. Let's finish this up because we are way past time. I try not to keep these live videos long because I know people be watching them at work, and I just don't want to be bothering people. I don't want to be bothering y'all. But okay, so let's get into this Cora Jakes story. So yesterday I published the story. Well, first, let me talk about the story I'm working on, and then we're going to get into Cora Jakes. Okay, and then we're gonna wrap the show up. So, I posted a part 1 of a series that I'm working on. Her name, she goes by the name of Tangela Palmer, and her trifling cousin, right, allegedly stole her child, but it ain't her first rodeo, honey. So I'm working on that series right now. So shout out to Tangela. If you're watching, don't worry, we got you. We got you over here at the Nosy Bystanders. We not big fans of baby snatchers. So we got you on that story, and we're gonna go ahead and expose your raggedy ass motherfucking cousin. Okay. And to the other woman who I'm not going to name her name because I didn't get her permission, but to the other woman whose baby she tried to steal, we got you too. Okay. And shout out to you for the receipts because, honey, she dropped them on me and I was like, whoa. She said, girl, she tried to do it to me too. So shout out to Tangela Palmer here on TikTok. I tagged her in that video. Go follow her, support her, help share her story. Make sure you share that story. Okay. Tangela and her raggedy her raggedy cousin, who I am talking about for filth, they're not as popular as Cora Jakes' story, but the money is still just as long. Okay, so when you still have money and power, you may not have the name recognition, but your money and power do wonders when you are trying to scheme people out of children. Okay, period. So we may not know Tangela Palmer's story, but the raggedy ass woman who stole her baby has money just as long. Okay, so don't get confused and be like, no, honey, when your money's long, you can do whatever you want to do, apparently. So shout out to Tangela. We're running her story, and let's get to Cora now. The name recognition, right? Because Cora does have the name recognition, so that's why people are more encapsulated in her story. Yesterday we were analyzing that voicemail because there's just a lot of inconsistencies in it. I have to state this infallibly. We are not here to discuss Cora's mental health conditions. We are not here to diagnose Cora's mental health conditions. We are not mental health professionals. And even if we were, you guys, to the Nosy Bystanders, me, myself, and everybody here on the Leam app, even though we are being nosy, we're not going to do that, at least not on this platform. You're more than welcome to go and speculate on her mental health disorders elsewhere, but we don't do that here because her mental health disorders are not up for question. What's up for question is the timing of the voicemail and the nature of how she got there, not what she was diagnosed with when she arrived. Okay, I just want to make sure we make that abundantly clear because I just need people to understand that. The next thing that I want to reference is those voicemails were not taken illegally. They were legally through legal parameters. Those voicemails were acquired. Okay, so to the people who keep saying it's not illegal, okay, it's not. So I highly encourage you to brush up on your HIPAA laws. Those recordings were not illegally obtained. Okay, trust me, I talked to enough attorneys to know they weren't. Okay, so and I just want to make sure we just make that clear, okay? Because I know that a lot of people are like, "Oh, how did you get these?" Just know they're legally obtained. That's it. That's all you need to know. The less you know, the better. Okay. The less you know, the better. Okay. That's it. So, yeah, the voicemail is disturbing to say the least. Again, on how on why she created them, why she sent them, or sent it, and the nature of her interaction with Amari that led her there, right? In the voicemail, we're not saying allegedly because the voicemail is clear as day. She stated that she lost it, quote unquote, on Amari, and we don't know what that means. So we don't know what the nature of losing it is. What is that? What did you do? Did you verbally berate her or did you physically? So we don't know what that is. And that's concerning, right? Because if you have that sort of volatile nature around your children, that's dangerous to children. if you ask me. Like, parents go off on you. That's a normal thing, right? What's new, right? Your parents going off on you. If every time your parents go off on you, they end up in a mental health care facility, that's not a good sign that they are fit to even be your parent at that point, right? That's just a sign of that. Okay. So that's the nature. Let me get to some of your comments here. This is from DC said, they wiped the internet clean of the XXL interview where Jay-Z talks about having eyes on Beyonce since she was 17. Ooh, I bet they did, because he does have a big age gap between Beyonce. This is from Natalie Council, period. Okay. This is from Kim Marsh, Nosy Bystanders. Nosy Bystanders. And thank you very much. Yes, we have standards here. We're not, listen, no shade to Tasha K. Shout out to Tasha K, but we not trying to get sued. It's just that you're not making an example out of me. I promise you, you're not going to make an example out of me. I'm going to cross my T's and dot my I's. And again, I'm not perfect, but you're not going to make an example out of me. Not this nigga over here. Okay, let's get to some of your comments over here. This is by, it's spelled Tatoucheri. Says, we need a judge as a bystander to sign subpoenas for those medical records. Oh, child, no. I would never want to have access to anyone's medical records. This is from Natalie Council again. Did Cora have other children after the mental episode? Did she have other children? Cora only has 2 adoptive children. Where is the voicemail? Where is it? It's in the video. It's in the video on the page. So you can go check that voicemail out. This is from the auntie. What's up, the auntie? Oh, that comment wasn't for me. So Shalai Simone says, we are not them. I don't know why, but I feel like the Nosy Bystanders does need a socialite. And because Simone has played that part very well, like we have an apartment wife, and we got a bunch of aunties. There's a lot of aunties in the crowd. It's nice. So she's the mascot of the Nosy Bystanders. When did this voicemail happen? August of 2021. That's concerning how the kids are in good hands. Correct. She's brown like me. What's up? Says adopted is a loose terminology. Yes, used very loosely. This is from Nikki Tyler. Says, did she go off because of Amari told her? That's again, right? That's what we're investigating. We don't exactly know. We don't exactly know. I love that name. The auntie. Hey, the auntie. This is from Erica. Hello, Erica. How many kids does Cora have? 2. Amari and Jason. Those are the 2 children that she acquired. I just say acquired. I really don't like saying adopted. I just say it like acquired. Does that make sense? Like acquired. This is from Brown Delight. Brown Delight says, that's what's going on. All the other bloggers are going to take the Nosy Bystanders video snippets. You know that's what they're going to do. And thank you. Thank you. Material Girl, thank you. Please use my video as a reference. Let's go to the Leam app. Let's see what they got to say and see if we got any hands up. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me turn this over. We got a hand up. It's from Bonsai. Hello, Bonsai. She might be gone. Hello, Bonsai.
I'm not gone. You know I'm cooking. It's about that time.
What's up? Do you have any comments on any of the stories we discussed today?
Yeah, so me and Bougie and Shara and the other one was going back and forth about Kanye. And I said that man ain't been right since his mama died and he left Alexis. And that relationship seemed like a come up for both him and Kim. I'm not willing to throw him into the river with the bath water. But like, I think he needs a break. Because I think he's just going through a lot, as all of us are. And about Jay-Z and Inga and Jamie Foxx, I believe that they was being freaky together.
Okay.
But
is Jamie Foxx from New York? Is he? Is Jamie Foxx from New York?
No, Jamie Foxx is from Texas. They were saying in the comments that they had a video of Jay-Z and Foxy Brown. You know her real name is Inga. I call her Inga.
Why do you call her Inga? What's going on with
that's her real name. Her name is Inga.
Okay. So what about?
You didn't know she had a German woman name?
Mm-mm. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. She that late, well, she hadn't been seen it for a while, but it was known that her and Jay-Z was like messing around or whatever. And yeah, that's just inappropriate. And I don't know if you could, is that grooming? Like, is
Yeah.
it grooming when she was in her late teens and he's a grown ass man?
I think anything, in my personal opinion, I think grooming occurs with large age gaps, right? So even if the person is of age, like let's say she's 21, but he's 45, I think that's grooming. In my personal opinion, I think, yeah, obviously when they're younger than 21, anything under 21, in my personal opinion, is just straight pedophilia. That's just my opinion. But I feel like when there's large age gaps as well, so on top of children, right, grooming stages, I think that when there's a big age dynamic, men or women, right, if the woman's older and the guy is younger, I think that's grooming, because I feel like you still don't really know, you haven't gotten your feet wet enough in order to be able to like get an understanding for stuff. Does that make sense? So I feel like any adult who has gotten their feet wet and who has this upper advantage on you, it doesn't have to be a financial upper advantage. It could just be simple wisdom. And they manipulate anything they say to you in accordance to what they're trying to get is grooming, in my opinion. Even if they're trying to get you to co-author, something at work, like, oh, but can you just help me out? Or if they're trying to get you to date them, or if they're trying to get you to do something in favor to them, I feel like that's grooming. It doesn't have to be sexual in nature, in my opinion. If you are using somebody who has a significant age gap between you in order to coerce them to give you something, doesn't necessarily have to be sexual in nature. It's grooming. That's my personal opinion. I don't know. Other people may have opinions like, that's not grooming. They're an adult. They should know better. It's grooming. It's grooming, period, right? You're too old to be trying to wield young minds to do your bidding. That's grooming to me. I could be wrong, but that's just my personal opinion.
Oh, and before I forget, the reason why, well, not the reason, Famulous and Gossip in the City is the same person. And the lady name is Fee. And she said numerous times that the reason why Famous got took down was because of the Kardashians. And I think it was during that time of Kim and Kanye getting together, whatever. So you might be on point with saying that Kanye has something to do with Me to Takeout, because if he did, that means that he has something to do with Famous as well.
Yeah, but, it could be. Like, I totally can see that. No, thank you for that, Bonze. I didn't even know that. I didn't know Gossip of the City was Famulous. Yeah, if you don't want people talking about you, that's the problem with these bloggers. They okay. And hold on, Bonze, I'm going to throw you back into the audience. Thank you again. So the thing about these bloggers is that they think that their approach to tea is simply nagging. So let me explain to you what it is, right? It's simple. It's just simple nagging. So they think, I'm going to talk about this tiny little tip that I got. I'm not going to investigate it. I'm just simply going to talk about this tiny little tip that I got. And I'm just going to keep posting about it on all my social media platforms all day, every day, until I can get a response out of the celebrity. That's not gossip. I can track a lot of these bloggers in the way that they operate, and a lot of them use the same tactics, just different platforms. They do this incessant thing, right? And we saw that in real time with Tasha K about the Cardi B story. They will just poke the bear, just keep poking it until they get a response. And that's how they draw the attention back to their platform, because again, they want to be the main character. Now, I don't want to say that about Tasha K, that she wants to be the main character, but simply put, that style of gossip blogging is dangerous because it takes out the investigative work, right? So you have now taken the story and you've put it on the back burner. The story's back there. Now you're up in front and center. And now that you're up front and center, that story that you kept pushing off because you just didn't really feel like investigating it, but it was just salacious enough to get you to the forefront. Now that story that's back there that you have catapulted your career on, there's no evidence in it to support you. There's no leverage back here. So even if you just said, well, now that I'm front and center and there's the story, they're like, but that story has no legs to it. It's also not based in facts. See, now you've pushed yourself to the front of the line and there's nothing back there supporting you. That's dangerous because you could get the attention of the wrong celebrity and they could sue you based off of those lies. That's why it's dangerous to do it like that. That incessantness, like, I'm going to just keep saying Cardi B has herpes over and 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 over again until it picks up enough traction. And then I got Cardi B's attention. Except you should have been investigating whether it was real or not. You just simply used it so you can get to the forefront, so you can be face to face and toe to toe with her until she challenged you on it. And when you went back to your supporting documents, right, something to fall back on, there was nothing there. It was nothing but air. So that main character motive that these gossip bloggers are using is dangerous in its own right. It's dangerous. You can't operate like that. Why do you think news organizations like the New York Times and the Guardian and Reuters, why do you think that they still have lasted the test of time? Because their writers are not interested in being the main character. And even if they were interested in being the main character, they have facts, data, and receipts to fall on. They simply just talk about war and politicians. So following that same premise here at the Nosy Bystanders, we can actually talk about drama and tea, but we're using the same playbook as the New York Times. So even if someone tries to come at us like, oh, well, it doesn't matter because we got shit to fall on. We're protected. So yeah, we can call you a baby snatcher or a child SAer or a scammer, but bitch, we got documents to fall on. You know what I mean? So yeah, our story took about 6 weeks to come out, but we're protected. And now we can run our mouth. Now we can talk our shit because we have something to fall on. So I'm just trying to do gossip right. That's it. I'm just trying to do gossip right. I'm not interested in being the main character. I'm not interested in, being all gussied up and buying a Bottega bag. Okay. I'm not interested in that. I'm just interested in being the New York Times of gossip. That's it. I'm just interested in being the New York Times of gossip. I just want to be able to really be on my shit. And the reason why I love Wendy Williams so much is because she was the same way. She was literally the New York Times of gossip. She didn't say nothing she couldn't fall back on and be like, well, prove me wrong. And every time those celebrities bowed down and didn't say shit to her. You know why? Because she had something to fall back on. She had receipts. She had literal receipts. Wendy Williams didn't go out because she was producing inaccurate stories. Wendy Williams went out because she just didn't want to be at that studio anymore. So we are here at the Nosy Bystanders, are attempting to be the New York Times of gossip. Okay. And all these other bloggers who are attempting to be the main character, you can learn a thing or two about us over here. Okay. You can learn a thing or two. Have some fucking patience, for one. 2, you're not the main character. No one cares about your life and no one cares about your story. We don't care about your stupid Bottega bag or your get ready with me. We want the story. We want it truthful and we want it accurate. We want it delivered correctly. If you're not going to do that, we'll do it our fucking selves. Okay. Now, I have been on this live for 1 hour and 14 minutes, well over our normal scheduled 1 hour show. Okay. Shout out to the Nosy Bystanders who have joined the show. Shout out to everybody who is here with us. I appreciate you here. I appreciate everybody who is sponsored by the show. Perfect timing, Carol baby. I appreciate everybody who sponsors the show. If you would like to, just check out our website, NosyBystanders.com. And if you want to produce or purchase ad space, again, NosyBystanders.com, and click on the tab Sponsors and Ads. We appreciate that. All of the money that you guys donate to the show simply go to a handful of things. One, keeping the show alive, being able to obtain legal counsel. And the second thing is to produce these stories accurately. I'm gonna go lay down. That's where I'm going. I ain't even going nowhere. I ain't even gonna hold y'all and lie to y'all. I'm gonna go lay down. I have to finish the rest of the series on Tangela Palmer and her cousin who snatched her baby. But I'm gonna go lay down. I'm a little tired. Okay. A little tired. I made some soup. I would like to go eat that. Okay. What time is the late show? The late show will probably be in 2 hours, right? So currently it's 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. We'll be back at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. It will be 7:30 Mountain, 8:30 Central, 9:30. Is that right? No. It'll be 9:30 Central, 9:30 Mountain, 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern for the after show. Allegedly. So we'll be back for the after show in 2 hours, you guys. Okay. 9:30. No. 11:30 Eastern. 11:30 Eastern. 11:30 Eastern. Do we come back here? Sure, come back here. We'll be on here. I'll also bring the late show back to YouTube if you guys want. Okay, I'm out of here. Thank you for joining us here at the Nosy Bystanders. I highly appreciate that. You guys get your merch. We have merch at NosyBystanders.com. Get your merch. Also, too, if you consider sponsoring the show, you get exclusive merch, you guys, exclusive. So merch that's not released. So consider that. I'll see you guys later tonight. Have a good day, okay? And happy being nosy. Bye. Bye, you guys.